had to write this one down. Okay, about 5 or 6 years ago, my father took me fishing for sea run cutthroat and salmon on the Snohomish River. We were looking forward to a full day of father and son bonding. Got to get an early start, I remember Dad saying. If I remember right, I believe we had the canoe in the river at 3 a.m. Gonna go upstream to where all the fish are, my dad said. Approximately 5 miles later, we arrived at where the fish are. We spent a good part of the morning positioning the canoe in a way that he could fly fish against the bank. It was about 10 a.m. when I said, "Hey Dad, why don't we take a break? Maybe if we rest a while, we'll be able to get the boat in a spot you like and you can start fishing then." This, I found out, is not the smartest thing to say to an angry fisherman. About noon, Dad decided that he could manipulate the boat a little better if I wasn't in it. So I went to shore. The water was cold and very, very wet. I finally made it to shore and decided immediately that I needed to build a fire. There was only one problem. In my haste to escape, in my haste to go to shore, I had forgotten any matches. So I sat down and watched my dad hook, boat, and release cutthroat after cutthroat after cutthroat. Big cutthroat, 15, 17, 18 inches. He would hold them up with a maniacal laugh and shake them at me. In between fish, I noticed that he would turn his back to me, and it appeared that he was eating something that he didn't want me to see. It looked like pork and beans, but I wasn't sure. I finally was able to convince him to come to shore and get me. Sure enough, there in the bottom of the aluminum canoe was an empty can of pork and beans. "Thanks a lot, Dad," I said, in between shivers. We continued our floating and bonding down the river until we arrived at a large hole that was chock full of salmon. There was jumping and splashing going on all over the place. I was finally able to subdue my dad and get him to sit down. We fished for an hour with no luck at all. Then all of a sudden I felt the canoe slowly shift to the left and then slowly shift to the right. I kept fishing. Then out of nowhere, the boat shot forward 2 feet. If it had not been for the anchor, I'm sure that we would have ended up on shore. Ripples shot out across the water in all directions. The echo off of the aluminum seat that my father was sitting on was deafening. I turned around with a startled look, and there sat my dad with a big smile on his face, and he said, "Sorry about that, must have been those beans." This went on for about 10 minutes, during which I did not feel that it was safe to do any fishing. In no time, my dad had hooked a nice bright silver, and we were able to net it. It was getting close to dark, so we decided to paddle the remaining 3 miles back to the car. I learned 3 very important things that day. I learned the importance of an anchor. I learned why my dad bought an aluminum boat. And I learned how my dad has always caught so many fish all these years. Thanks, Dad.
I think you probably learned one more thing today. Just cut yourself out of your hair. Anybody else?